Hey YouTube, come on in, come on in. Good morning, happy Saturday. It's been a minute since I've been live on this channel. Come on in, like the video. We're gonna get into some things. We're gonna talk about toxicity, relationships. What's really going on? Why are the ladies staying in these toxic relationships? Because I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Come on in. Like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Happy Saturday. What's really going on? I want to talk about boxer Gervonta Davis and his recent arrests on a DV charge. Come on in. May need to retitle this video. I think I want to retitle it. Let's see. We live, y'all. We live. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to talk about it today. Come on in. Like the video. We're going to talk about it today. What's really going on? Ladies, what we doing? Why are we choosing to overlook all the signs? Like, not some of the signs, all the signs. Why isn't it enough to see or to judge a person based off of how they were conducting themselves in previous situations? I just want to understand, because I'm all about reading the room. I'm all about reading the room. And I feel like reading the room can often save your life and even just save you from just being in uncomfortable situations. And we're going to get into what exactly that means. Like, what does it mean to read the room? What does that mean? It means that we're going to pay attention to what's taking place around us. We're going to pay attention to what took place before we arrived, all of that. Because when I saw the headlines yesterday, so I don't know if any of y'all follow MREC TV. MREC TV. So MREC, I saw that he had a live going on, and it read Gervonta Davis arrested. And my first thought was, Lord Jesus, I hope this man didn't get arrested for another DV charge, domestic violence charge. Like, that was my first thought. What's up, Hamster? Welcome. You all come on in. Double tap the screen, like the video. My first thought was, wow, like, I hope it's not another DV charge, because I promise you, I don't ever hear conversations centered around this man's boxing skills. I'm just going, don't ask me what his record is. Don't ask me what weight class. Don't ask me what weight class he boxed in, nothing like that, because I don't know anything about this man's profession, which is very unfortunate, because right now, when you hear his name, it's on some foolishness. It's on some nonsense. And the fact that when I heard his name yesterday, my first thought was, Lord, I hope he didn't catch another DV charge. Not just any charge, y'all. I didn't say, oh, I hope he didn't catch a theft charge, a weapon charge, a robbery. Y'all, I said I hope he did not catch another DV charge. This man has a history of domestic violence. And sure enough, that is exactly what the charge was, a DV charge. Boxer Gervonta Davis, he was arrested on a domestic violence charge because his baby mother, the mother of, she has, I believe, 2 of his children, she accused him of assaulting her. So I don't know if any of you all are familiar with this case, but he has been released. I will show the news clip of him being released. He has been released. So let's get into it. Come on in, double tap the screen, like the video. But I want to show you all this news clip of Gervonta Davis
Welcome back.
being released from jail.
Gervonta Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against him. Trish?
Yeah, guys, good evening. Well, in the last 30 minutes, Gervonta Tank Davis just bonded out of jail. Behind me, he was arrested this morning on the charge of battery of domestic violence. Take a look at that brand new video here. You can see him walking out of the side of TGK using his T-shirt to cover his head, surrounded by correctional officers and what is presumed to be his manager. Now, although we asked him questions about these allegations, he did not say anything to us as he walked out. He just went immediately into the SUV, waiting for him on the side. Now, Davis was arrested this morning, like we just mentioned, on a charge of battery of domestic violence after he allegedly hit his ex-girlfriend outside of her home on Father's Day. According to the arrest form, Davis and the victim had 2 children together and were in a relationship for about 4 years. Police say Davis went to her home to pick up the kids on Father's Day. That's when an argument took place before things got physical. He reportedly told the victim to remove the kids from the car, saying he no longer wanted to take them. And while she was leaning in to grab her daughter from the back seat is when he allegedly hit her in the back of the head and proceeded to slap her on the right side of the face, resulting in a cut by her mouth. Now, according to the police report, she texted her mother to come outside. The arrest form says her mother saw the victim crying and arguing with Davis and filmed that argument. Davis is a boxing star, a WBA lightweight champion, I should say, but he has had numerous legal issues in the past, most recently in May of 2023, but a Florida prosecutor dropped that separate battery case against him after a woman accused him of slapping her. For now, reporting live at TGK, Trish Christakis, CBS News, Miami.
So, as I said, this man has a history of DV. So, let's get into his history because it is documented. It is on the internet. This man's history. So, let's get into it. This article, this is on bbc.com. World champion, let me show. World champion Davis arrested on domestic violence charges. This is bbc.com, sports website. Let's see what had happened. This was posted 5 hours ago. WBA let me see. Let's move it in some. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis was arrested on Friday on a misdemeanor domestic violence charges. The arrest was related to an incident near Miami, Florida on June 15th, Father's Day. So they just now catching up with him. Good morning, just say when. Welcome, everyone. Please double tap the screen to like the video. It helps with the algorithm. Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you for joining this live today. Listen, we're talking about just toxicity, relationships, why people choose to be in them. In particular, I want to really focus on just the women and reasons as to why they choose to endure abuse, what seems to be for money. Because what other reason would they be enduring just the nonsense? We heard it for 8 weeks in the Diddy trial, like we were clutching our invisible pearls as we were learning the details, the things that many women were enduring for a coin. So we're getting into it today. So get comfortable. Right now, we're talking all things boxer Gervonta Davis. Davis allegedly assaulted his ex-girlfriend, the mother of 2 of his children, outside of her home. The 30-year-old was taken into custody in Miami, but since released on a $10,000 bond with a court hearing scheduled for July 29th. He has twice previously been arrested on battery domestic violence charges in February 2020 and December 2022. So, child, he looks like he do about every 2 years, he getting caught up in a DV case. Davis has also served 44 days in jail in 2023 after violating the terms of a 90-day arrest sentence in relation to a criminal hit-and-run case that occurred in his hometown in Baltimore in November 2020. The former IBF super featherweight champion is unbeaten from 31 professional fights, although his most recent bout was a controversial draw with Lamont Roach Jr. in March, and they have a rematch scheduled for August. So, listen, this man has a history of putting his hands, like we like to say, hands and feet on women. I have not read where there's a history with him doing anything like that outside of the boxing ring with men. What's the deal? What's the deal? Why is this man a repeat offender with putting hands on women? So he has a history. Let's talk about the history, the women that he's been linked with. He has, I believe, 3 children. So the woman who just charged him with DV name is Vanessa, let's see, Posso. Not sure how she pronounces it, but I'll show you what she looks like. Let me see. We'll go quickly to her Instagram page. This is Vanessa. This is the woman who charged him recently with DV that allegedly took place on June 15th, Father's Day. This is Vanessa, the mother of 2 of his children. He does have a 3rd child, the mother of his 1st child. I believe this would probably be the first baby mom. Andretta Star. This is the first woman. So remember, this man has a history of being abusive to women in relationships. Gervonta Davis, ex-girlfriends and baby mamas, who are Vanessa Posso and Andretta Smothers. So let's get into it. Boxer Gervonta Davis was arrested on Friday on a domestic violence battery, charged and booked at Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center. We are on HindustanTimes.com. HindustanTimes.com. So this is the website we're on. Boxer Gervonta Davis is talking about how he was arrested on Friday on a DV charge from an incident that took place on June 15th, Father's Day. He's 30 years old. He was there to pick up his children. He got into it with the baby mama. She's alleging he then punched her in the back of the head and slapped her a few times across the face, which resulted in a cut in her lip. She called her mom, texted her mom, hey, it's going down outside. I guess the mom was inside of the home that, they were at the time while they were outside. Mom came outside like, yo, what's going on? And allegedly she started to record. I at least have not seen video footage of the incident, but according to the news, the mother came outside and she started recording the argument, and Gervonta just kind of going off and her daughter being visibly upset, crying. Gervonta Davis' ex-girlfriends. Who are they? Vanessa Posso and Andretta Smothers. Vanessa was born in Colombia, so she's Colombian. Let me see. Let's go back. Let me get back. Okay, so Vanessa, this woman, the baby mama who is accusing him of DV, she's a social media influencer and entrepreneur with over 700,000 Instagram followers. She owns the jewelry brand Rich Girls, specializing in body chains and sterling silver. Posso began dating Davis around 2020, and they share 2 children, daughter Giovanna Talia, born October 2021, and son Gianni Bryant, born August 14, 2024. Now, I did talk about that in 2020. It was a charge or something that he was hit with centered around domestic violence. So, who was behind that charge? Was that her or was that another woman? He has this article. This is the first article I got in. It said that he has twice previously been arrested on domestic violence charges in February 2020 and December 2022. I wonder if it's a different woman that he caught this charge behind, because they started dating in 2020, around 2020. So given that they was that early on with her meeting him, I'm going to say that out the gate, he wasn't putting hands on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times they going to at least kind of, treat you nice for a little bit, put their best foot forward. And that it said that he caught that charge in February. So it's safe to say that was somebody else. That was somebody else, likely, who he caught that charge behind. But I'm just trying to put the pieces together. So that means old girl kind of overlapped that situation, meaning that when this hit, because it hit the media, because I'm saying, I've only how I know this man catching these charges is when it hit the media. So that means that this girl, Vanessa Posso, the Colombian IG the IG influencer, the IG model, whatever they like to call themselves, that means she already knew that what he was about that life with putting hands and feet on women. She knew this, but she was Gucci. She like, all right then, well, it wasn't me, so I'm on now. What's good? What you want to buy me? She dismissed that. She didn't care. She's like, that ain't my business. Y'all know how I go. It ain't my business. That wasn't me. Couldn't be me, whatever. So she, a year later, gave birth to their firstborn child, their daughter, Gervonta Davis. Y'all, we just trying to put the pieces together. Help me understand. Help me help you. Y'all, let me know if you are aware of anything pertaining to this situation. Posso is also has a daughter, Jada Milan, who's age 12, from a prior relationship with rapper Sugar J. Who is Sugar J? I don't recognize that name. I know a Sugar T associated with E40. What was that? His sister E40. I'm from the Bay Area, so Sugar T, that's a popular rapper in the Bay. So let's see who's Sugar J. So this is let's see, Sugar J. Let's see if we can find a picture of him. Kind of look like Ludacris. Let's see. This is the her first baby daddy. So she like him, she like him with some edge to him. I don't know what type of dude that he was. Never heard of him, but this is her first baby daddy. So it's very unfortunate that she intentionally signed up to be with Gervonta, knowing his history, and she's entering into this relationship with a daughter, a child. Just no regard on what her child may be exposed to. Because like I said, anytime this man gets caught up with any type of charges, DV charges, it hits the media. That's how we know. Listen, we ain't getting no phone call from his mama, his sister saying, Lord, Gervonta in jail again. It's hitting the media. So what I'm saying is, if I'm aware of it, Posso, this young lady, this beauty queen, this IG model, Vanessa, was very much aware of it. That's all I'm saying. Posso, so she has a daughter, Jada Milan, from prior relationship with rapper Sugar J. Their relationship faced challenges, notably a December 2022 domestic violence allegations where Posso claimed Davis struck her, leaving a lip abrasion. She later retracted the claim, stating it was an unnecessary call during a fragile moment, and charges were dropped in May 2023. So, all right then. So let me get this straight. This is the second time she's accusing this boxer, Gervonta Davis, of DV, because going off of this article, let me see, when is this? Going off of this article, this is July 11, 2025. It's saying that their relationship faced challenges, notably in December 2022. She got with him in 2020. So 2 years later, she accused him, Gervonta Davis, of striking. She said he struck her, leaving a lip abrasion. All right, then. So is she immune to lip abrasions? Because that's basically, it's reading almost like the exact same thing that just popped off on Father's Day when he was there to pick up his two children. Y'all, lip mess, like, this is what we do. This is 2 years into the relationship. Honeymoon phase is gone. Honeymoon phase is gone. So we're going to say 2 years into the relationship, meaning there was only one child she'd given him then. Remember, they have 2 children together. So look at this timeline. The first charge that she put on him was in 2022. She then dropped the charges in May 2023. Their second born child, their son, Gianni Bryant, was born August 14, 2024. Ladies, what are we doing? What are we doing? What the freak are we doing? This is that ish that I'm talking about, where it's the accountability part, to where we have to start being accountable for the roles that we are playing in these toxic situations. Nobody has the authority to be putting hands and feet on anybody. People, keep your hands to yourself. But in the event that somebody do want to get it funky and want to start putting hands and feet, it needs to be a one and done. A lot of times we can peep game before it even becomes a one. You pay attention to the temperament of someone. Like I said, this man's history has shown that he not worth knocking over the head. Like his history is putting hands and feet on women. Like, what we doing? What are we doing? So she was like, we was just going through the motions. I'm gonna drop these charges. One may question, well, why did she do that? He probably came home with some gifts, some trinkets. Gave her some money to get her business popping. I don't know. I wonder, did she have her business going pre-meeting him or post-meeting him? What's really the situation? But a lot of times what we see is that people, in particular women, will endure these toxic relationships and stay in them for a dime or a dollar for the financial gain. And then when they feelings get hurt again in the moment, then it's like they want to go and tell people how abusive someone is. But people don't want to really lean into the part of, okay, well, why have you still been staying in this mess, this toxicity? And you have children. This is that part. You have children. She entered into this toxic relationship with a daughter who's now 12, it seems to be. So let's move on to baby mother number 1. Andretta Smothers, also known as Drata Star, I'm assuming, it looks like she's born number 1, because y'all, I'm trying to follow the timeline with the nonsense. Come on in, double tap the screen, like the video. Let me read some of these to these comments. Mikey Mortal said, no man's dumb enough to fight him, but he's dumb enough to fight women. All right, got it. Liv POV said domestic violence, so he is still undefeated. Yes, he is still out here laying hands on women and men in the boxing ring. He just got the mentality, listen, anybody can get it. Nobody is exempt. That is a scary person to be around. Somebody like him just deserves to be in one of them damn concentration camps that Trump got out here. They need to send him to damn alligator Alcatraz. Just say Wynn said the things women do for material things. That's that stuff I'm talking about. So let's move on to the first baby mama. Come on in, double tap the screen to like the video. Smothers dated. Okay, so Andretta Smothers, also known as Drata Star, is an American social media influencer. Little is known about her professional life, but she gained attention through her relationship with Davis. Smothers dated Davis for several years, sharing her daughter, Gervonta Davis, born June 20th, 2018. Their relationship ended amid public conflicts, including a February 2020 incident where Davis was caught on video grabbing Smothers by the throat at a charity basketball game in Miami. I think that was when I first learned of him. I believe I learned of this man's existence from the domestic violence charge. It probably was this incident right here, because I think I can recall seeing something on camera. It was something on camera. So I may be able to try to do a search to see if I can find that video. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the video of that. Let's see. I'm gonna see if that's still out there, because y'all know once it's on the internet, what they say, it be out there forever. I want to see. Let's try to see something. Let's see if we can find the video footage. Okay, yeah. Let's see. All right, so this is when he... Y'all see that? Look at the women. They like, what the... So look at this. Davis later addressed the situation on his Instagram story. Quote, I never once hit her. Yeah, I was aggressive and told her, come on, that's the mother of my child. I would never hurt her. What do you call that? This that stuff I'm talking about. So do y'all think the second baby mama seen that statement was like, he didn't hit her? I mean, yeah, he choked her up, but he didn't, she all right. She's still kicking. Davis, 25, is 23-0, 22 knockouts. He has been arrested 3 times since 2017. Y'all, so if we're seeing this and aware of what was popping off, baby mama number 2 was very much so aware of these things as well. But she chose to turn the blind eye. It's that stuff I'm talking about. That is how I became aware of who this man was. I remember seeing that clip. Did any of you all see that in the media? Hold on. Let me see. I got, okay. Had my video playing. All right. Let's go. All right. So we're going to leave this here. So this is Gervonta Davis choking up baby mama number 1. That's baby mama number 1. So what is the rationalization for any woman coming after to be like, what's the reason? How do you rationalize getting involved with this man and giving him children after seeing that? Because this is all on the internet. This is on the internet. So what are we really doing? What is it really about? Let's get back to the mother. Let me see where we leave off. Andretta. So that's how she gained attention. That's a heck of a way, for you to kind of be put on the map like that. So he choked her up at the game. Gervonta Davis dated Instagram model Ariana Fletcher in 2019, a brief on and off relationship that ended amicably. He was also linked to Yaya Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's ex. Floyd Mayweather's ex. No, Yaya Mayweather is Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Sparking. So that Yaya is his daughter. That's not true. Yaya is his daughter. So I'm going to say that he would have enough sense to not put hands and feet on Yaya, being Floyd Mayweather is her daddy. So, yeah, we ain't hear no, I think he had enough sense. See, a lot of times these fools, they be knowing who to try. And I really don't think y'all gonna have them type of problems out there with somebody trying to put hands and feet on her. I'm just saying, between them, her daddy hands, and have y'all seen her son, even the baby boy, baby Mayweather got hands. So I don't think y'all gonna have them type of problems as long as daddy Floyd Mayweather got breath in his lungs. That's why it's good to have a protector in your life. It's good for ladies to have someone who they can depend on, a father, brother, somebody to where basically their presence is there, to where when a mofo come into their life, they already know, listen, it ain't finna be that type of party. We finna keep our hands and feet to ourselves. We gonna act like we got some sense. So yeah, I don't see y'all having them type of problems. Davis has 3 children, Gervonta with Smothers and Giovanna and Gianni with Posso. So yes, more of the story. There's a history. These women know. I'm going to give Dretta more of the benefit of the doubt than baby mama number 2. This one right here, Miss Colombia. Miss Colombia, you literally got with this man. Like, did you, as soon as he hit the media about putting his hands on his first baby mama, you entered the chat. So there is no excuse, child. There is no excuse for this one right here. But this one right here, she was number 1. So when we look at his history centered around DV charges, what we just read, we didn't really see anything that came before her. So we're just going to go with, hey, she likely maybe didn't know what type of time he was on. But I'm willing to say that she stuck around still longer than what she needed to. We just going to leave that there, because more often than not, ladies will stick around in toxic situations far too long. I would just say the fortunate ones managed to walk away still with breath in their lungs versus having either some type of their life just ending or just having permanent damages. So there are so many women who have lost their lives from staying in toxic situations. And then when they do decide to try to get out, it just doesn't end well, because that's the most dangerous time in a DV relationship, is when the woman tries to leave. But far too often, the woman tries to leave far late in the situation. So the longer you're staying in toxic situations, the harder it is to break away. The ties become closer, they become stronger, and it just becomes that much harder. It just becomes that much harder to end things. Very sad situation. It's nothing I wish on anyone, but at the same time, I can understand why these situations take place time and time again. It's heavily rooted in women wanting what they want, willing to overlook all the signs to get what they want. And oftentimes what they want is rooted in notoriety, financial gain, popularity, all of that. It's rooted in all of that. Love ain't got nothing to do with it. Like Tina Turner said, love ain't got nothing to do with this, because with both of these women, it is evident this ain't got nothing to do with love, because love doesn't hurt like this with somebody physically putting hands and feet on you. That's not love. That's not love at all. Don't get it twisted. Just because somebody choking you up and they may try to tell you, I'm only doing this because I care. No, that is control. That is control. That is a sign of control. That is not a sign of love. If anything, it's the opposite. That's hate, because when you love someone, you're not wanting to harm them. You're not wanting to harm them. And it is okay to move around and get into another situation and to leave whatever you need to leave for the sake of your life and your children's life. It is okay. It is okay. You can get it out the mud on your own, or move around and get with a man who's going to treat you like somebody. How about that? How about getting with a man who's actually a good guy? So many women want the bad boy, the bad guy, until they don't. Until now they on this Cassie tip, and they got to have this heavy counseling for the rest of their life to overcome or to work through all that they endured for this, for them choosing to be in a particular toxic relationship, or multiple toxic relationships. At the end of the day, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because these women, when they do leave these men who are abusive, don't think that they're just all good mentally and emotionally because physically they've left. Do we really think that Dretta Star is mentally and emotionally all good because she's physically left the situation with Gervonta Davis? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this woman still is struggling mentally and emotionally coming off of the experience she had with that man. I'm going to say that. And it's also very likely that coming off of that experience that she wound up in other relationships that were also toxic, because sometimes people will become immune and used to toxicity. Or on the flip side, they can just not even know how to even just get into a relationship anymore, because it's just like what they experience, they're so traumatized to where they just don't even want to just deal with somebody altogether, really, in that type of way. So you just don't know. But more often than not, what I see women become like repeat offenders. And this guy, this baby daddy of Miss Colombia, baby mama number 2, I don't know anything about this dude. He looks like Ludacris to me, but I don't know what kind of man he is. But for her to be with a Gervonta Davis, I don't know. What she used to, because ain't no way, if you're used to being treated well, you're going to sign up for toxicity like this. You're not going to do that. So what y'all think? Let me know. What do you think? This is baby daddy number 1 to Gervonta Davis, baby mama. Vanessa, I think her name was Vanessa. This was the father of her oldest child, who believe it's saying that it's 12, who's 12 years old. What is she used to? What is she used to? Because I'm just going to say, they say in today's time, somebody's social media is like their resume. And just me going through this man's Instagram page, it's not, I'm just saying, it's not given that he running around trying to treat some woman like she's special. No. It's given, hey, I'm going to need for you to come into my world and recognize how special I am. Because I'm looking and you're not really even seeing him like really booed up with nobody. He on some type of time of look at me. He on some just say Wednesday, he sure likes pink. He on some I'm the prize type tip. This is what, if I'm the prize, this is what I'm the prize looks like. So Miss Colombiana thought that, okay, well then let me get with Gervonta Davis. So this must be her daughter. This probably is the daughter that she had with him. She's pretty. She looks like the mother, like it could be her daughter. This is Gervonta Davis, baby mom, second baby mom. So the daughter looks just like her. So I'm going to say, yeah, this is their daughter they have together. This man it's giving that I'm the prize. So she moved around. So this is a woman to me that's looking like she's been looking for acceptance. She's looking for some man to treat her special. Baby daddy number one, like, you ain't special. I'm the prize over here. So you need to go on and move on. So eventually, Lord knows after how long, she moved on. And that's when she got with Gervonta Davis. And 2 years into the relationship, it is on record of him putting hands and feet on her because she filed a charge against him, which a year later in 2023, she retracted. It's like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. A lot of times, the most beautiful people are the most insecure people. They have the biggest insecurity. Like, y'all seen it. It may be some of you who may be watching. Just because somebody looks on the outside like they have it all and they have it all together, baby, do not think for a minute. Do not think that is their situation, because a lot of times that is not the case. These are broken people in the inside. On the outside, they look one way, but it's so far from the truth. And how you can tell how someone really feels about themselves is the type of a treatment that they allow. Someone who thinks highly of themselves, on no given Sunday are they going to allow for someone to mistreat them. But someone who isn't aware of their worth, who doesn't have a high sense of value, all day long, you can come around and treat them any kind of way. And I've heard conversations centered around men who will purposefully mistreat beautiful women as a means of trying to humble them and to lower like their self-esteem. Have you all heard that? I've recently was, listening to some conversations being had with people in particular, just women and men and things like that. And the conversation was centered around how a lot of times beautiful people, they're not treated. They're wrongfully treated. Not even just by men, people of the opposite sex, like even people just women mistreating women. Men, maybe, men, I don't know if men experience where they'll get hated on by other men, but people are jealous and they want to bring you down some notches. Oh, she thinks she cute. All right, then. Well, I'm going to tell her she ain't. I'm going to try to hit and attack her self-esteem. And so I've heard this, I've heard this being said, about beautiful people. Just say Wynn says he is in a photo with Busta Rhymes. Yes, he's suspect. Y'all know we done heard plenty of stories centered around Busta Rhymes. Listen, this is a man who looks like, listen, I'm the prize. I'm the prize. This man, let me see. Who is this? Future? He hugged up on Future. I ain't seen him hugged up on no woman yet outside of his daughter. But he hugged up on Future. Y'all, we bet, like I say, today's time, social media is someone's resume. When you are moving around out here, as you're meeting people, you're in these dating scenes, go to the person's social media. It will be very telling. It will give an idea of what type of time these people are on. Men, if you're interested with women, look at their social media. Are they letting it hang all out? Like, it is going to tell you what type of time a person is on. Don't be trying to sign up for whatever, and then when you get with them, you want them to be changing everything and changing how they dress, changing their whole social media presence and profile. Player, listen, you saw the resume. Ladies, we're seeing the resume. You go on somebody's, the fella's social media, you seeing them around nothing but dudes. They hugged up with dudes. Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, we got to pay attention. This is what I like to call reading the room. Listen, as we go, we don't see him hugged up with women or anything like that. What relationship is this man in? This is baby daddy number one. He's with his daughter. Otherwise, he's always with a bunch of men. Lady, how are we picking these men? How are we choosing them? What are we paying attention to? Are we just looking at the cars, the money that they got, the jewelry? We looking at the wrong things, and this is how we get caught up in situations. This is how we get caught up in situations. The resume is out here. You're seeing all you need to see. This man, listen, he's like, basically what he's giving it. I ain't got no time for nobody, no woman, if it ain't my daughter. This the only woman who I got time for. So if there's no time for only no other one, like, who is there time for? Okay, so what we've seen, he'll give his love to his daughter and then his bros. Future, Busta Rhymes, let me see. This is where his time is going. It's going with the bros. I don't want nobody around me that's not happy with their own life. This is what he's saying. Who is this? Is this daddy? OG granddaddy. OG granddaddy. So this the history. So y'all want to see, I tell y'all, go to people's social media. It will be very telling. You will have an idea of what you're embarking on. It's going to tell you. Now, you may not like it, but that's something you got to work through. That's like an employer looking at your resume. They either like it or they don't. You can't be mad at it. It is what it is. This is baby daddy number one resume. This is the type of time he on. He likes to be around the men's. Who's this lady right here? It looks like somebody he was doing some business with. You see? He ain't trying to be around no woman. This is not somebody who's dating women. Like, y'all. This is a man, like, the only woman I'm trying to have something to do with is my daughter. The rest of y'all women can kick rocks. Is this his mama? I wonder if he's biracial. It looks like it might be his mama. I don't know. Is she a white woman? No, she looked black. Yeah, it looked like his mom. She may be Creole or something like that, but she looked like that's his mama. So if you ain't his mama or his daughter, he don't want nothing to do with you. Y'all, these are the signs. His ankles just as exposed as his mama's ankles. Listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, we looking at the resume. We are looking at the resume. Don't be mad. Don't be mad if you done gave him a child and you saying, damn, he don't come home. He want to just be with his boys, only with his mama or his daughter, because okay, what we do? This stuff I'm talking about. So, ladies, pay attention. This is Sugar J. We just went through his resume. Sugar J. We see what type of time. Looks like his mother passed away. recently. Wow. It says, God called you home, and though our hearts are heavy, we trust his divine plan. Thank you to everyone who has reached out and shown love and stood by me during this time. We will be laying you to rest like the queen you are. Your legacy will live on forever, Mama Love. So the service was yesterday, July 11th. So she just passed away. What's her name? Earlene Smith. So this man really ain't got no time for y'all now. He like, listen, my mama gone. Now it's just basically about me and my daughter. Ladies, you come across Sugar J. He was clearly, he loved his mama. He was a mama's boy. Mama had passed away. Now he like, listen, it's just me and my daughter and Busta Rhymes. R.I.P. Mama. Just say wins. R.I.P. Mom. She just passed away. So now the only woman in his life is now, as we can see, is his mama. Now, don't mean he ain't got no special people in his life, but what we seeing is that it ain't no woman outside of his beautiful daughter. That is the only woman in his life. And that be the case with a lot of these men. When we see these men, they don't want to settle down. They don't want to marry you, make an honest woman out of you, want to string you along. A lot of times the reality be that they just not into you like that. You're just the cover up. You're the facade. You're what they really want. They feel like they can't step out into the world with it. It's not cool to step out into the world with with somebody else that's not a woman, So they're like, listen, I might take you to an event or whatever, but you getting dropped off. You getting dropped off. We not going out, and we not doing all that. We're not doing all that. I'll call you when I need to show up someplace and I need to have somebody on my arm if I have to, because otherwise I'd rather not. But if I got to come through with something, I'll hit you up. But otherwise, you not my cup of tea. Now, a lot of the men, they're not coming out telling you all that you're not my cup of tea. But pay attention. Read the damn room, y'all. We're on the Instagram. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. We're just on one person's Instagram. What I'm saying is with these other people out here, men too, go to their social media. See what that's looking like. See what that's look like. Pay attention. What is he saying right here? The worst chapters gave me the sharpest tools. This is a man that he's like, listen, ladies, I don't have time for you. If you're not my daughter, my mom, I don't have time for you. Mama, may she rest in peace. She just passed away. Recently, she passed away. Looks like, I think it was on July 1st, she passed away. They laid her to rest on yesterday, July 11th. So look at timing. We're on this man's page. It's a reason why we landed here today. Just a day after his mother was laid to rest. Don't he look like Ludacris? He looks like Ludacris to me. Sugar J, have y'all heard of him? I don't know what kind of music he got. I think they say he's a musician. Never heard of this man. Members Club, Changing the Game. Yeah, don't know anything. Never heard of this man. But he's an example of a man, lady, to where when they moving like this, it's just not what you want, because guess what? He do not want you. He does not want you. Let me see. Let's see if we can find something to read up on Sugar J and see what it actually says about what it is that he do. Because, child, I'm like, Harpo, who that man? Like, who is he? Let's see. We can find something that's showing some lyrics. Let me see. What's this right here? Is this some music? Okay, we don't want to do that. And so he liked Busta Rhymes. He likes Busta Rhymes. So he seemed to get linked to Busta Rhymes. Let's see. Let me try something else. I want to see who this guy is because I've never heard of him before. So since we all up in his business, I want to see who is he. Let me see. Who is... let's see. Let's see if we can figure out. I want something simple to see. Who is Sugar J? All right. So this is a write-up talking about a release of a video of his. We can't play his music because it'll be like a copyright strike. Let me see. The man who was introduced to the world. Okay, so let's get into this part. The man who was introduced to the world in 1999 as part of Mace Harlem World Group. Okay, so he was a part of Mace Group. I know who Mace is. He was part of Mace Group, dropped a new song and video today called Change the Game. The Harlem native details his accident and sends praises up above for his survival, while Sugar J is ready for his EP, Restoring the Feelings. Vibe caught up with the uptown entrepreneur to talk about his record and that fateful February night that he describes as a wake-up call. So, Mace's Harlem World Group. Looks like this is a video of Harlem World featuring Mace. I really like it. What year? When did this? It says 8 years ago. I can't play the sound. Let's see if we can, because of the copyright strikes, but I just want to show the video. Sugar J. So he was a part of the group, this group that's on stage called Harlem World. Ladies, we got to use discernment. We got to use common sense. Read the room. Just say Wednesday, he looks to be a well-kept man. Exactly. And his social media is given that he has no interest in having you to be a well-kept woman if you are not his beautiful daughter or his mother who he just laid to rest. Respect is earned, not given. Listen, ladies, this is one of those, this man, this is not who you, no. Move around. He's showing you. He's showing you what type of time he's on. So, Gervonta Davis, baby mama number one, I'm sorry, baby mama number two, that is her baby daddy. So, again, I'm showing you two men that she has selected. She has selected. Who will she select as man number three? Or at least baby daddy number three. She looks pretty young, so she may not be done popping them out. But I'm going to say if she does pop out any more, it is definitely going to be by a man who's basically got some money. A man who's in the industry. Because typically this is the type of time women who make decisions based on things like this, like they don't just stop. They don't stop. They continue to make these type of poor decisions for financial gain. Not really caring or giving too much thought on how it's impacting the children.
Check it out. Okay, so there's a sale Fashion Nova right now.
So another IG model. Listen, once you've seen one, you've seen them all, right? Once you've seen one, listen, all of them seem to have some type of deal or contract with Fashion Nova, you notice. I don't know if, listen, if rule of thumb, you meet a woman, oh yeah, I got a contract with Fashion Nova. I don't know if I want to be like, all right then, fellas, move around. Because listen, it just seems like the ones that be caught up in some ish, listen, somehow, some type of way, they get some type of check from Fashion Nova. I don't know what the correlation is. I'm just saying, listen, we got to pay attention to the signs. I'm all about the signs. And the signs are that when the social media is looking a certain way, when the social medias are looking a certain way, they got the butt shots, the boob shots, Fashion Nova advertisement, then listen, then you get what you sign up for. You get what you sign up for. This classic. This you get what you sign up for. So late, Ladies, I done told y'all, showed y'all a man's social media and paying attention, reading the room. Fellas, this is a woman's social media. When you pay attention, you read the room. You can see clearly what type of time somebody is on. What type of time are they on? Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, from what we learned, the woman, she has a business or whatever. I'm on the social media. I'm not, what kind of business they said let me see, what kind of business it says she had. Because I'm trying to see if she's advertising any of her business. She specializes in body chains and sterling silver. I haven't seen yet where it looks like she's advertising any of that on her Instagram. So is that a real business? Like, because I don't see her advertising anything of such. Okay, she got something on her waist right here, but there's no link or nothing talking about her business, like a link or something promoting it. So listen, if you want to know what type of time somebody on, go to their social media. If it's just for the moment, then okay, this is what you get. But if you're looking for things with, with substance, you got to look to see if they show that there is substance in their lives. And a lot of times, like we people see all of this. They see all that they see everything, but they choose to turn the blind eye and justify in their head the reasons as to why they making the decisions that they do until they damn locked up. they money then got ran through the bank account, ain't looking the same. They done got cheated on, used, like all of that. And it's just like, player, sis, like what, how the hell you didn't see everything is out here. Y'all, these people aren't lying or catfishing. Like, it's out here. This stuff is out here. A lot of people are just choosing to just overlook it for their own gratification until they caught up in a situation. And they looking at doing some time, like Diddy. Diddy is looking at doing some time. Do y'all think that come October, the judge is going to say, all right, then, player, you can go home with time served? Or is he going to be like, all right, I'm going to need for you to sit down for at least 15? What do y'all think? Do y'all think they going to sit him down? I personally, I don't think that he'll do more than 15. But I don't think he's going to get sent home for time served either. I think, I don't know, 15 years, to me, I feel like it'll be somewhere between the 10 and 15 number. I don't see it being more than 15. I feel like 10, 15 is a fair amount of time for the type of time that he was on. But at the same time, these ladies who was also caught up in his shenanigans, I am looking at them with the side eye, and I'm like, y'all really need to do better. Y'all need to do better. Y'all need to do better. You can't just sit in a state where you're just the victim. You got to do better. We got to start making better decisions, better choices when it comes to the type of men that we're choosing to be with. The excuses are over with, especially when you have children. Gervonta Davis, second baby mama, has a 12-year-old daughter, beautiful 12-year-old daughter. What is the likelihood that she will end up in a toxic relationship like her mother, likely multiple times? Because it's very likely that her first relationship with her daughter's father was toxic. Just say Wednesday, I believe Trump will pardon Diddy in a few years. So, on his way out, what's up, recreational park? So, do y'all think Trump will pardon Diddy? Y'all think he's going to pardon him? I can see him doing it on his way out. I can see him doing it. I don't think he'll do it early on, but on his way out, I can see him doing it. Should he do it? I mean, I'm not going to say no. I mean, I feel like he need to do some time. He has done almost a year, but I feel like if Diddy can sit down for at least 3 years, I'll be able to sleep at night. At least 3 years. Because a lot of that type of time, that stuff that he was on, we seen he wasn't doing it by himself. It's just that people turned on him and dry snitched on him and testified against him. So they just didn't get any time. What's up, Daniel? Thank you so much. The thing I didn't like about this trial is how so many people were able to get a pass for the role that they played in his shenanigans with helping him do what he was doing. I didn't like that just because, what's up, Dr. J? Happy Saturday. I don't like that just because people chose to dry snitch on him, that they just got a pass for the roles that they played. I didn't like that. I feel like if he's on trial to have to sit down and do some time for the things that he did, those who participated with him should also have to stand the same consequences, or at least be charged, you know, however they need to be charged for the role that they played in assisting him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just didn't like that part. But I understand how the system works, where you'll have, you cut deals. You like, yo, like, okay, in exchange for you testifying against him, we'll let you go. I get that part, but it was so many people who got that deal. It's just like, damn, everybody got that deal. It looks like KK was the only one. Christina Karam, his side, you know, his side woman, you know, the one who was pretty much the manager of everybody. So it was like Diddy, and then it was KK, and then everybody else fell underneath. So it seems like everybody else chose to take the deal and say, bet, I'm a go ahead and testify against him, except for her. And maybe there was another guy, I can't think his name right now, who his name kept coming up too. Maybe he also said no to the deal as well. But my thing is like, yo, like, I just want to see more people be held accountable for the shenanigans that, you know, that we learned about that was taking place in Diddy's empire. Like, I just need to see more people. So if he can do 3 years, Trump pardoned him, all right, then whatever, it is what it is. People, we just got to do better, make better decisions. That's all I'm saying. We can no longer sit in this excuse of, I'm the victim, I needed some place to live, I needed somebody to pay my rent. As we seen Jane Doe, aka Daphne, 50 Cent's baby mom, she was hollering, well, he was like, yo, if you don't do this, you know, I'm not gonna pay your rent. So she was like, she felt like she had to do it. Okay, that is not against the law for somebody to say, if you don't do this, I'm not paying your rent. That's a personal choice. You knew what this man was not forcing you. To me, I don't look at that as a force, where him saying, if you don't come and do these freak offs with me, I'm not gonna pay your rent. Life's about choices. He gave you a choice. You chose to still go do the freak off. That's the type of stuff that I didn't like. And I just feel like people will just play the victim. People will play the victim when they're suddenly recognizing that they're taking an L. When they suddenly recognize that they're not getting all that they wanted to get out of the situation, then suddenly they become a victim. Dr. J said, just say when. Hopefully it will be quiet this morning. Trolls were ridiculously disrespectful and active on Sheik's channel last evening. Good grief. Thank you so much, Dr. J. We are on, if you haven't noticed, my second channel. So, you know, it's a different kind of energy between the two channels that I have. We are on Sheik Speaks. So this is my channel that I have where I talk about just viral things, just what's going on in the world. Sheik Speaks on it is reserved for like political type content. It goes down over there. So if you don't know what I'm talking about and you like, Sheik, what do you mean it goes down over there? Follow me on Sheik Speaks on it. Last night or yesterday evening, I did a live on that channel just talking about just the shenanigans that are going on with politics specifically centered around illegal immigration. So if you want to know what I had to say about that and what people and how people felt about what I had to say, follow me over there on Sheik Speaks on it. Dr. J said, right, I've modded on both channels. Yes, so yeah, this channel tends to be a little quieter than the other channel. But yeah, definitely follow me on both channels so you will know when I go live. But yesterday, before going live, I had learned about the boxer Gervonta Davis getting arrested again for domestic violence. And I'm just like, you know what? This is ridiculous at this point. Because right now, this is like I think they say this is his fourth charge in like 7 or 9 years or something like that. So his baby mom's like, there's a video I showed, and I can show it again with him snatching up baby mama number 1 at an event in the stadium. So let me show y'all. This is Gervonta Davis. Look at that. This is how I came to know who this man was. That's a heck of a way of learning. I didn't come to learn of him because of his boxing skills. Look at those white women. They clutching their invisible pearls. Talking about, I never hit her. I was aggressive with her, but she the mother of my child. I wouldn't hurt her. Been arrested 3 times since 2017. So now we got 4 times because that was 5 years ago. He just got arrested. He was just arrested on yesterday. And he got released out. He was released from, let's see, he was released from on bail just, I think, early in the morning or something like that. He was recently released from jail. I showed a news clip. I don't think I have it up anymore, where with him walking out of jail. So he's out now. Now, here's the thing. Domestic violence is a misdemeanor charge. But how many times can someone be hit with a domestic violence charge and still just get a slap on the wrist? Because he's out on a $10,000 bond. That's nothing for someone like him. That's like $10. He's out on a $10,000 bond. There's nothing that takes place so far with this man that has him to change his ways, because he continues to just bail out, get out. Let's see if this same baby mother who hit him with that charge from assaulting her on Father's Day, let's see if she comes back and drops the charges. Because the last time he got physical with her in 2022, same thing. She said he hit her upside the head and smacked her in the face, cut her lip. Basically the same thing. I had to reread the script. I'm like, wait a minute. Did this article get it wrong with what they say had happened in 2022? Because it's reading like kind of what happened in 2025 on June 15th on Father's Day. But this woman, like, this is just what they do. He put hands on her. And then so when he did it in 2022, a year later in 23, she went and just pulled back the charges. Like, no, we good. We good. Pull back. Will she pull back again? Mind you, now this is a mother of 3 children now, 2 beautiful girls and a son. Will she pull back again? This is why people like Gervonta Davis continue to move the way they move out here in these streets, because people allow for them to do it. Just like with Diddy, we're seeing things. Toxic people will continue to do what they do if they're not reprimanded for it. They think they're above the law. That's how a lot of people felt about Diddy during his trial. They felt like he was moving like he was above the law. Just Say Win says it was a great show last night. Thank you so much. Tap into my show last night on Sheik Speaks on It. If one of Dr. J, can you drop the link for my second channel, Sheik Speaks on It? Thank you so much. That is my channel reserved for political commentary. So if you're interested in just politics and hearing what I have to say centered around the things that are going on pertaining to politics, certainly please follow me on my second channel. Pablo said, Diddy looking buff. Just Say Win says she will probably drop the charges again. That's unfortunate, but this is what we see happen. Do y'all think she'll give him another child? Because after he put hands on her the first time, she gave him another child. That's when she gave him his beautiful son. They had a baby girl already a year into their relationship. And then he got physical with her. And then after she dropped the charges, a year from then, she gave him a son. Last year, she gave birth to their son. What are we doing? What are we doing? Where's the accountability? That's why I want to come out here and go live and talk about it, because yes, he's wrong for how he's moving. But ladies, we are wrong for continuing to show up for people who repeatedly show us that they don't give a damn about us. That's the whole problem. And only you can fix that. That's the entire problem. Because from what I've come to learn in life, you have to teach people how to treat you. Teach people how to treat you. So coming off of how the world is able to see how Gervonta Davis treats his baby mothers, in particular the second one, Vanessa, the Colombian IG model, it is very likely that men who come afterwards are going to feel like they can treat her the same way. They're not going to come at her like they can treat her better. They're not going to do that. Because a lot of times a man, what he's doing, he's paying attention to the way that you were treated by previous men in previous relationship. You ever hear a man say things like, I don't know why these women get treated like this, and that from their baby daddies. But then when I come in the picture, they want me to be just this upstanding guy and treat them better than what they required from their baby daddies. Like they really, really think this way. They're like, why do I have to treat you better than the previous person? Like, why you got all these high expectations on me that you didn't even have on them? And you have children with these men. This is how they think. This is how they think. But are they wrong for that? No. No. Because you determine your value. Because when somebody's come across you, how they determine your value is based off of how you move and your requirement for how people must treat you. That's how they determine your value. If you have a history of moving in a way like you're special, like you require the utmost respect, the highest regard, like this is how people are going to treat you. They not going to come in treating you like you Queen Sheba. But though they done seen, because they know who you are, that you done been ran through by 5, 6 other people. But then now you done went to the retreat on last month, and you done came back renewed from the retreat. So now you came back from the retreat. Y'all know y'all see people. You done came back from the retreat. So now you want to, okay, well, now I know my worth. And so the new man in the neighborhood step to you who know who you are. And you want some, no, I'm not, this is what I require. And they be like, you got them 6 kids with 6 baby daddies over there. They done this, and that. And then you looking at me sideways because I'm saying, I'm not trying to take you anywhere other than the Red Lobster. But you talking about you want to go to Papa Do's. And I'm like, no, we can go to Red Lobster. This is that stuff I'm talking about. People that went to the retreat, then got renewed, and now they then came back home. And these people who already knew who they were before they booked and went to that retreat, they're like, no, your value is still the same. We not finna act like your value ain't still $10 because you done paid $500 to go to this retreat to where they telling you how you worth more than $10. Like this is not how it works. This is not how it works. I feel like as a woman, if you don't have maybe children or multiple children, if you maybe relocate and go into a different community where people don't know you, you have a better chance of trying to do that. But if you're staying still within your neck of the woods in your community and people already know how you was out here moving and now you talking about I'm on some different type. No, people, they're not, it's not going to work that way. I'm sorry. People gonna be like, nah. I've listened to enough men talk about it. They're like, no, there's no take backs. We're not going backwards. We're not going backwards. This is your value to me. This is your value to me. What's up, Alex? You said, is anyone else seeing Gervonta and Diddy sneaking up behind her? Sneaking up behind who? But what I'm saying is that, ladies, like, we can't be out here, like, say we spend our 20s doing the absolute most, thoughting it up, popping out these babies, and then we get 35, and then we're like, all right, then, we're 35, so then we're not, all right, then, well, I'm finished with my whole phase. I'm ready now to be wiped up. I'm ready now. I'm ready. And I'm going to need for whoever come into my life to accept me and my 5 kids, because they need a daddy. They need somebody who going to play with them and take care of them and love their mama and love them. And so the men out here are like, wait a minute. You said you want what? And yo, this is what they want. This is what they want. So, but this is where the delusion come in, where people think that they can just be outside doing the absolute most and then go to a retreat, pay some money where somebody told them that you're worthy, you're better than this. And then they come back home, and to those same men who they've seen in the community and maybe who they've even rejected in the past, they're telling them, listen, this is my value now, and this is the new price. The price is no longer $10. The price is $10,000. These men are like, but it's still the same product. It's actually declined. So if you was 10, you really 5. You really $5. You see them, like, this is what's happening. This is how men are viewing these women. So as you come out of these toxic relationships, it's not increasing your stock. It's actually lowering it. It's lowering it. Because people are there, these guys with women, they're paying attention to the men, the type of men that you allow to consume your time. The type of men who you've allowed to ravish your bodies. Like, they're paying attention to these things. So that's why I'm like, ladies, if you are trying to be on that type of tip, you're going to literally need to pick up and relocate. Oh, and turn your social medias off or do a complete revamp. Just how about we just going to get off of social media? Because when they find out what type of time you was on, it's going to be real different. It's going to be a different conversation. And the telltale is going to be if you are, say, picking up and moving and you have multiple children. You can't run from that. It's easier to run, like, say, if you didn't have any kids and you went and kind of, uprooted and went someplace else and try to start over. Maybe if you had 1, maybe 2. But if you got multiple kids, it's kind of hard to kind of explain that away to where it don't look like that you used to move in a different type of way, especially if there's different fathers involved. Andrew says, getting rid of social is the most freeing experience ever. I'm just going to say it, like, I just feel like social media is hindering a lot of people out here. I've been married, October be 21 years. I got married, met my husband, all of that pre-social media. It makes a difference. It makes a difference because it's an illusion. It's an illusion. Like, most of the people on social media are fake. The photos are filtered. The bodies are surgically altered. The influencers are trying to influence you to do what they do so you can get those natural results that aren't natural. When you know, you know. But it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't know. And even the ones who do know, they've somehow psyched themselves out to believe that what they're seeing is actually real because they want it to be real. I say, hell, the people who on social media don't even look like the person who they presenting to us. Like, when you know, you know. Sometimes you have to stop and think like, wow, this person who I'm oohing and ahhing over, they don't even really look that way. It's filters. It's surgery. Did you all see the case recently with the social media influencer? She was a fitness model in Los Angeles and her husband unalived her and this man who she was having an affair with. And so she has this big following. I'm going to try to bring up her social media. She has a big following and she was presenting herself as though she was just fully natural. Y'all, if you want to look like this, do this. And the husband like, she's a lie. I paid for all of that. I paid for her body. after she got her body or whatever, she chose to go out here, be outside these streets, and now she started messing with this guy who he also unalived. Child, he unalived both of them. He was waiting outside of the restaurant where she and her and the new boo was at a sushi restaurant. When they walked up outside of the restaurant, he was already outside, parked in his car, waiting on them. Somehow he knew where she was at, and he was waiting on them, and he unalived both of them. There was some off-duty police officers in the area who were able to kind of come in, and basically he ended up dying in the midst of, I guess, gunfire. They took him down, and they had to, they took him out. Let me try to see who the name of this social media influencer. Fitness model killed by husband. Let's see. Gloria Zamora. So let me see. Gloria Zamora. Let's go to her Instagram. All right. This is Gloria Zamora. So the story behind Gloria Zamora. Gloria Zamora recently lost her life at the hands of her estranged husband. I think they were separated, but they were still married. She was a fitness model, had 175,000 followers on Instagram, and she had recently did a podcast. Let's see, hopefully it doesn't have any, let me see if it has any music on it.
You don't want to live.
So it has some music behind it. I don't want to play it, but you can go to her Instagram, Gloria Zamora. So she had recently did a podcast interview, I think on June 20th, and she talked about her husband. She's been married twice. So I think she had children with both husbands. So she had he had a total of, I think they said maybe 7 kids, y'all. Let me find the article as far as like the details of her life. But with her husband, they had some children, at least 2, probably more. But she was basically like, he became insecure and all of that because she wanted to better herself, work on improving her body. Because remember, her story is she did it naturally. She worked out hard or whatever. And he basically entered the chat and like, no, that's a lie. I bought your body. I even seen in one of the comments on one of the videos where a cousin or family member of his was like, my cousin or whatever paid for 14 surgeries that she had. 14. That is what he had said in the comments. She had twins. So in this interview, these are the things that it says she covers. You can go check out the interview on her page. She talks about letting go of some control, pouring into yourself, taking care of my health, getting too comfortable, having twins, getting surgery. I think the only surgery she acknowledges having is like a liposuction, I guess in her mid area. Starting to blow up on TikTok, second marriage starts falling apart. Everything happens for a reason, and starting my own gym gear. So that's Gloria. Days later, I want to say, is when he unalived her. Crazy, right? Days later. So let me see if I can find the article centered around her death. Let's see if we can find it.
A fitness influencer is among 3 dead. Police say she was shot and killed by her estranged husband, who also died in the shootings.
Fox 11's Gina Silva is live in Fontana with what we're learning tonight. Gina?
This is such a tragic case. Both victims leave behind children whose lives are changed forever.
Hi guys, Gloria here. I am at Zoo Culture today. Come with me and get this great workout in. Come on, let's go.
Gloria Zamora was a fitness influencer who seemed to have it all. Beautiful, successful, and an inspiration to the thousands who followed her journey. But on Saturday, June 21st, at 9:40 p.m., after having dinner at Suma Sushi in Fontana, police say Gloria's estranged husband, Thomas Alberto Tamayo Lizarraga, was waiting outside. He first shot Gloria's companion, 43-year-old Hector Garduño, before turning the gun on Gloria. Investigators say Gloria attempted to run away, but Thomas shot her twice.
An off-duty San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department deputy was in the area. He witnessed the entire shooting incident unfold, and he confronted the shooter. He confronted Tomas, and an officer-involved shooting occurred at that point.
Just 3 days before her murder, the 40-year-old mother of 7 shared a video on social media describing how her estranged husband routinely put her down.
You think you're all that? You think you're all that for you to go and work out and think that you can be on social media? Like, come on, man. Like, you're not even all that. Like, look, you have all these stretch marks. This is a tragedy on so many fronts.
Trauma therapist Chow Wen says the most dangerous time for individuals in abusive relationships is when they finally decide to leave.
What are the red flags? There are so many signs to a relationship not being healthy. If there's jealousy involved, if there's threats, if there's isolation, maybe he's looking through your phone, maybe he's talking about you to your friends and loved ones to further isolate you. These are all the signs of an abusive relationship.
Gloria's companion, Hector Garduño, also leaves behind a grieving family, including his 4 daughters.
It's a senseless loss of life. Gloria was the mother to several children. Hector also had several children as well, and now they're all without their parents.
Thomas, the estranged husband, was killed in the shootout with the deputy. Now, accounts have been set up to help the victims' children. If you would like to help, we'll have a link up on our website. And if you are a victim of domestic violence, there is a number to call right there at the bottom of your screen. That is 1-800-799-7233. Christine? Susan?
Well, Gino, with that pending divorce, that put her in a very dangerous place, as you know, from talking to the trauma therapist. What was she supposed to do? A restraining order, or was there anything she could have done to protect herself?
You know, that's a really good question, and there is no real good answer for that because it's so different. I've done stories with people who've had restraining orders, and that never worked either. So it's just a really difficult situation where you need to be aware of how dangerous the person you're with really is. And in this case, perhaps she didn't realize that he was following her. I mean, he knew exactly where she was having dinner with this man, and he was waiting there as they stepped outside of the restaurant.
Right, just see those photos with all of those children that are now without.
So that's Gloria Zamora. So she recently lost her life. It was days after this interview was posted on social media where she talked about just her life and her relationship, her husband, estranged husband, becoming jealous, and just trying to overcome all of that. And again, a lot of times the signs of a situation not being for you and being toxic, they're there, but we stay. I believe she had 7 kids, they say. She had a lot of kids. She had a set of twins. But I think in total, they were saying she had like 6 or 7 kids. She had a lot of kids, but her business was centered around fitness, helping ladies reclaim their sexy, getting their bodies back. So she was doing a doggone thing. And it's unfortunate that her husband couldn't move around. Like, he was mentally off balance. Mentally unstable. And it resulted in him kind of having this mindset of, just say when said, yes, 7 children. I knew it was a lot. She had a lot of kids. And some of the kids were from her first marriage. So between 2 marriages, she had a total of 7 kids. I want to say this man, she was with him for about 16. She was with him for about 16 years, for a long time. So she was 43. They had been together for a very long time. Let's see if E! Online has more of the details about the history of their relationship. So let's see the article. Let's see what it's saying. So this is on eonline.com. Gloria, a 40-year-old fitness influencer, and her business partner, Hector Garduno, 43, were fatally shot outside Southern California restaurant. Zamora family told NBC Los Angeles June 24th. They both later died in the hospital, succumbing to their gunshot wounds. So what I've come to learn is the man, Hector, they pretty much were allegedly having a relationship with one another. But again, she wasn't, she was separated from her husband. They weren't divorced yet. I want to say I also learned, since I've heard this story, that she had just filed for divorce maybe a week or so prior to him taking her life. The business partner had met their families. The business partners had met. Their families told the outlet to discuss a new project at a sushi restaurant in Fontana when they were shot in the parking lot. Authorities identified the shooter as Zamora's estranged husband, Thomas Alberto Tamayo Lizarga, who was later killed by a sheriff's deputy after the officer heard the initial gunfire. In the fundraiser post, Zamora's daughter, Jaslyn Zamora, commemorated her mother's life. My mom was senselessly taken from us. She was murdered by my stepdad, Tomas, in an act of unimaginable violence, Jaslyn wrote in a post on a GoFundMe. She leaves behind 7 beautiful children, ages 8 to 24, who are now facing a future without our mother's warmth, guidance, and unconditional love. And Jaslyn acknowledged her mom's place in the fitness world, as well as inspiring mothers through her platform in life. My mom was more than just a mother. She was a light in the community, Jaslyn continued in a statement. She uplifted and inspired countless women, reminding them of their worth, their strength, and their potential. She always says women can do anything they set their minds to, and she lived those words every day. Jaslyn concluded, her courage, kindness, and determination touched the lives of everyone who knew her. So this is Gloria, beautiful woman, Gloria. She was definitely a natural beauty. Like, you look through her Instagram, you can see the changes, how her body kind of changed over the years. But pretty much, as far as her face and things, she was always just a beautiful woman. I'm not sure what her ethnicity is, but something of the, she's definitely Latina. On her social media, Gloria indeed shared fitness tips and inspiring messages to women looking to get healthier, especially after pregnancy. I want to use my own personal experience to help moms avoid making the same mistake that won't lead to real long-lasting results. Gloria wrote in one of her posts, I want my moms to know that no matter how long it takes, you will eventually reach your goal weight because everyone's journey is different. But trust me, you will get there. So again, this is her. She works out. Her husband, now he's no longer with us. But when they were alive, her husband was kind of going out there saying, no, lies. Her body isn't natural. It's surgically altered. How I know? Because she's my wife and I paid for it. So I say that to say is like, as we're navigating and going through life and we're trying to just get, look a certain way, look like certain people, live like certain people, and emulate people's lives. And this is an example of someone who's on the internet, who's many people may have oohed and awed and fawned over and said to themselves, I wish I was her. I wish I had her life, her body, whatever. And this is how it ended for her. More of the story, you just never know what's going on in the lives of people. We just know what they put out there, what they present. Don't glorify like someone else's life. I hate this whole saying, body goes, relationship goes, things like that. Because to me, a lot of this that we see of people, it's an illusion. It's not real. It's not real. It's not even a goal that person achieved the way they're kicking it. A lot of times with fitness, like we'll see even a lot of the celebrities, the Instagram models or the Kardashians and what's her name, Chloe, doing exercises. I seen her years ago on like a talk show. I think it was maybe Ellen or something. And she was doing some fitness exercises and things, like basically giving as though she achieved her look, her body based off from doing those exercises when we know she had surgery. It's that type of stuff I'm talking about. So a lot of this stuff we actually do know. We just have to really stop and think like, wait a minute, why am I fawning over this person and trying to damn do all these do whatever they said they doing to look like this, when I can go out there on the internet and find how they did not look that way before they had surgery. This is that stuff I'm talking about. I recently was telling actually a man this, who I was talking to, and who was saying that, you know, sometimes he'll see people on the internet and feel like insecure or think that he needs to do more. And I'm like, sir, men be lying too. I think Drake was the first one put it out there talking only about 10% of what we see on the internet is real. So I had to point that out. So then he started to say, well, yeah, you're right, because I see men doing this and that. I'm like, okay, so you understand. Sometimes you just have to will yourself back in and acknowledge that you are aware that these people on the internet aren't real. He talked about, now mind you, the same person who's fawning, this man fawning over other men who's looking a certain way that he doesn't look. As I proceed to point this out to him, he starts to tell me about this one fitness guy he was following who was like really buffed out and stuff. And he said he was natural. And then y'all know the internet is undefeated. People then went all into his past and found that the man was on all types of drugs and stuff to bulk his body up. And then the man had to come out and came out and start apologizing to people or whatever. This is that stuff I'm talking about. Men and women do it. Like, it's an illusion. So when you know it's an illusion, you're not going to get caught up in it. Sometimes you have to kind of say, okay, I've been looking at this person page far too long, knowing that 9 times out of 10, it is not real. It is not real. So that's what I'm saying. It's not even just the young people who are getting fooled by this. This person who I was talking to was like in their 40s. Like 40, let's just say this is a 41-year-old man talking about like body goals and emulating other men. And I'm pointing these things out to him. And he's proceeding to talk about stories of men who have been just faking the funk on the internet. So it's not just women, it's men as well. It's men as well. Jordan, what's up? You said makes it hard to find missing people because with everyone using filters online. Yes, I was telling this person in conversation, I know people personally. I have a friend who lost weight, a lot of weight, and he'll post pictures online and on Facebook. And he's like, yo, like, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I be altering them pictures and I don't really look like that. Like now, he's lost a lot of weight, but he's like, yo, like, sometimes I be altering it. But I know the inside tea because he's my friend. He told me. So I know other people who, who say, who are altering things as well. So that's why I'm like, I'm more, when I look at people on the internet, I'm taking these things into an account and I'm like, yo, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. Hell, most of the people in the world are overweight, especially in the U.S. Most of the people in the U.S. are overweight. So factor that part in. Factor that part in. So if most of the people in the U.S. are overweight, but we got all these people on the internet looking like really, like you really got to take into an account, like, is this person really looking like this? Because according to the data, the statistics, a lot of people's bodies are jacked and out of whack. So what we really doing? Like surgery is real. People are out here taking Ozempic, but though, they'll show themselves working out, but they're doing things that they're not putting out there that they're doing. They're just only putting out there what they want you to know. Lizzo recently, she did an interview with someone and they were asking her about her weight loss, and they asked her, have you ever tried Ozempic, whatever. And then her response was, I've tried everything. Now, Lizzo, we're seeing her lose a lot of weight. She did not say, well, I've tried everything and I'm no longer using this. She just put it out there, blanketed. I've tried everything to lose weight. Ozempic just tells you, hey, basically it just curbs your appetite to just eat less. So she's like, it's mind over matter. Just eat less. Is that what really Lizzo did? Did she have the willpower to just eat less? Or did she fall back on something that helped her to not feel hungry so she won't eat more and will eat less? She didn't really answer the question like that. It's like she talked around it. So again, When you go to Lizzo's social media, you're going to see Lizzo in the gym. You're going to see Lizzo in the gym, just like a lot of other people who have done either surgery or taken pills or who have taken weight loss injection products. Like, they're not showing that on the gram. What they're showing is themselves in the gym. They're showing they're doing this. They at the gym with the waist trainer, as though that's where the effect came from. But they're not showing themselves at the doctor's office coming out of surgery from having the lipo or the BBL or the breast implants. They're not showing that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. They're like, yo, do 3 sets, 8 to 10 times each, and this is how you can look like this. This is what they're putting out there. Now, here's the thing about surgery. You do have to try to do things to upkeep it. So what I'm going to say is with Miss Gloria, she had her little procedures, but what we watch her do is just her upkeep to just keep everything still looking nice. Because from what I've learned when it comes to like the BBLs and things, they say you have to get touch-ups. You still got to kind of go back, get touch-ups. And then you have to still do things like this to kind of keep it tight, keep it right. So I call this maintenance. This isn't, what we're seeing isn't how we got here. This is the maintenance after you went to see Dr. Miami. This is the maintenance after you went to see Dr. Hollywood. This is that. You got to understand. You have to understand. You have to understand when you know, you know. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. So this is, they don't put that out there. She said she had a tummy tuck. She had, fat removed in her stomach. So don't think that this snatch waist was a result of wearing this. No. She wears that to continue to keep it snatched. But to get it snatched, it was by the help of a doctor. A doctor got her here. Not anything that she's doing here. You have to understand that. You have to understand that. It's an illusion. It's money. This is her brand. And here's my thing. I'm all for you getting yours, but what I'm not here for is when it's done on a lie. Just tell the people what it's really about. Like I said, I know people who are out here presenting themselves one way, saying, hey, do this to get this result. But remember, I'm tapped in with them to where I know that's not how they got that. But I'm just saying. So it's just about enlightening the people. When you know, you know. I like to say, when you know better, you do better. Each one teach one. And that's what it's about for me over here. So thank you for tapping in. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to both my channels, Chic Speaks, as well as Chic Speaks on It, where I talk about politics. So follow me on both channels. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday, and I will catch you on the next broadcast. Peace.